Hello everyone, welcome to the TheDouzePointe, the channel that awards 12 points. In today's video, we'll be talking about our predictions for the semi-final 2. If you watched our previous video about semi-final 1, you probably know how we will proceed in this video as well. So we mainly talk about the countries that we think are definitely going through, and then we'll move on to the countries that are certain non-qualifiers for us, for all of us. And in the end, we'll move on to the countries that we haven't agreed on yet, and we'll find out who thinks they will qualify or not qualify. But before we all, do these stuff, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Kaan, I'm your host, and I'm in Germany.
Hi, I'm Rin. I'm also in Germany, but I'm from New Zealand.
Hi everyone, I'm Sara, I'm from Italy.
Hello everyone, my name is Bogi and I'm from Romania.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, feel free to share this video because all of your support motivates us to create more Eurovision-related content. And now that we are done with the introduction, we can move on to our locks for the final. And interestingly, we have once again 6 locks, which I find a little bit low. So let's quickly tell those 6 countries. All 4 of us agree that San Marino, Greece, Iceland, Albania, Bulgaria, and Switzerland are going through.
San Marino has delivered us a real bop. It's not my favorite bop, but it's definitely qualification quality. It has a catchiness. I mean, it's well, like the production is really expensive. It's well produced. And I mean, it's a fun song. It's not going to win any prizes for lyrics or songwriting, but it's definitely a fun song. It's a catchy song. It's going to like open the semifinal, up, and it's going to start us off right and put us in the right mood for the rest of the semifinal. So, I mean, I think going first is a huge positive for Senit. And it will allow her to start the party.
Mm-hmm. Yes, San Marino is continuing the trend of, sending iconic returning artists to Eurovision. And Serhat qualified with a song that had 0 vocals. And if he could qualify in 2019, also in a difficult semi-final, it's not a question.
Also me.
Definitely qualified. Yeah, we are in the Eurovision bubble, but think about mainstream viewers. They will probably see Florida on the stage, like all of a sudden, like where did he come from? Yeah, this.
Wait,
the hype is real.
Will he participate in Eurovision?
I don't know, but with or without Florida, there will be the rap part. Like, but Senit is also enough for that hype. Like, she's a total queen, and we love her so much. And yeah, after San Marino, we have Greece in the running order that we all agreed that will go through. So, Sara, let's hear from you. I know that you like to talk about.
You got her.
No. Oh my God, no.
Yeah, I mean, if our fans know me in our live streams, I was probably the biggest stanner of Greece, and I am usually not a big fan of Greece, but this time with this team, I think it works because they delivered a bop that doesn't have that ethnic sound that we are so used to hear from Greece, and that for me is really refreshing. Other than that, I really like Stefania as a performer, and it's really catchy. I also like the 80s vibes. I am literally missing really from this lineup, and she's serving me the really that I don't have. I guess these 80s that Greece is sending this year with Stefania is what the teenagers of today
think the 80s were like.
Yes.
Yes.
And it probably
exactly
appeal more to the young generation of voters.
Yeah, definitely.
And also because of similarity to Dua Lipa, who released the album recently. So
I can see some similarities, but only in the video.
I mean, the song is also a little bit similar, to be fair. The sound will be familiar for some ears. And also to add on that, we can also say that Greece also has some allies in the semi-final, like voting allies, like Albania, Bulgaria, Serbia, and Georgia. And then we have Iceland. I can talk about Iceland because I think I'm the most positive about Iceland's entry this year. So when the song first came out with the live performance, I wasn't a huge fan. And actually, I wasn't a fan at all. But when the music video came out, I really liked the concept behind it, like the Power Rangers robot versus that creature. That was so cute. And I know that probably won't be translated to the stage, but Daddy Freyr would actually have won last year, in my opinion. And also, like, the Time magazine chose the song Think About Things as one of the best songs of 2020. And all of this hype that will be carried over from 2020 will work for his favor. And for the mainstream viewers who haven't heard of Daddy yet, will enjoy this because this is unusual. This is different to what we'll see in the semifinal too. So this is a big standout for me. And also, this has both jury appeal and also televoting appeal, which is really important. I think juries will not ignore or cancel it. I think this will find itself a place in top 5, maybe top 6, 7, like minimum. But it will be up there. But the televoting, this is a potential televoting winner. So all of these factors will probably and likely result in Iceland finishing in top 3 in the second. So.
I mean, I don't like the song at all. Like,
zero like.
I didn't love last year's song either, but it was a million times better because it had the element of surprise. It was something that was new, it was fresh. And this year I feel like he just like rewrapped a gift from last year and tried to give it to me again. Yes. I don't feel like there is any progression, anything new, anything that was like improved or developed. It's just not as good. And I think his kind of awkwardness, which made him kind of endearing last year, you know, like the awkward dancing and the awkward look and that kind of like nerdy cuteness. Last year, that was cute. This year, I'm like, oh, come on. You know, like it doesn't feel very genuine, really. It feels like he's playing a character to some extent. So, I mean, of course they're going to qualify. I totally agree with you. There's enough hype around them that they're going to qualify, and the song is something different in the lineup in semifinal 2. I don't think he has a chance in hell of winning. Like, I would put him between 6 to 10 in the final.
I think that he will qualify, but he will have to struggle a little bit. I don't think that he will be one of the first to qualify, in my opinion, because as we said, it's something already seen. I mean, it's like he's repeat himself from last year. So maybe the mainstream viewers will like him more because, I mean, they don't know him, so they will be impressed by him. But the song itself, it's a little bit weak.
The diehard Euro fans actually make up a small amount of the total audience that watches Eurovision. So I'm actually really confident with the televoting of Iceland because this will be something fresh for the mainstream viewer. And if they haven't heard about Daddy, I think this is a song to vote for. Like, this is definitely memorable and also cute. It has the lovability factor.
I mean, Think About Things wasn't this unknown song. Like, it kind of sounds like you're saying that outside of the Eurovision or outside of the European community, people don't know it. But there's like a whole bunch of there's thousands of reels with people dancing, even Americans, even, you know, people in Asia. There's thousands and thousands of reels of people dancing to Think About Things. I mean, and the song got heaps of play after it was, you know, one of the Time songs of the year. So, I mean, I don't think he's a complete unknown.
But I also don't think that people will necessarily compare last year with this year. Like, the package will be enjoyable enough.
People probably won't realize it's a different song.
So, after Iceland, we have, that's interesting, by the way, we have Albania. So, Bogi?
Well, I was also the biggest fan of Albania during our live streams, and
Yeah.
Albania was a strange phenomenon to me because I started as a hater to Angela Peristeri, but listening to it step by step, it just went straight to my top 10 and then to my top 3. This is what Albania does the best, sending a diva that knows how to sing a dramatic ballad. This is their thing. This is what they are doing almost every year. They never disappoint in terms of quality. Even though they don't have the best qualification rate, they kind of have the same level of quality. So they are always serving us that. And I'm 100% sure she will do great on stage because Angela is a well-known singer in Albania and she's a professional.
Yeah, I think that Albania will qualify. I cannot imagine a final without Albania, even though it was not one of the first that I put in my qualifier top 10. But I think that her stage presence, her vocals, will help a lot Albania to pass. So it's all about her and the quality that she will bring on stage.
Yeah, and I agree. And I mean, as much as I'm not a ballad person, I like to have at least one. If I'm going to have a ballad in the final, I want a really good, dramatic, big ballad. And Angela delivers that. Albania delivers that. I mean, as Bogi said, and as you said, Sara, Albania always brings that quality. And so I'm happy for that to be in my final. I think the final needs that little bit of diversity. We can't have every song a bop. So if we're going to have a ballad, then this is the ballad that I want.
And also Albania is performing between Georgia and Portugal, and both songs do not tease an epic staging. Like, I think that Portugal will stick with the staging that they used in Festival de Canção, and Albania is working with Sasha Jean-Baptiste, and this just screams an epic staging compared to that field of songs. So yeah, they're going through. So and after Albania, we also agreed on Bulgaria. And Bogi is once again the biggest lover of the song, but I want to pick Rin in this.
Oh, me.
At first, yeah.
I mean, I don't hate this song. I don't love this song. It's not in my top 3. It's not my top 5. But I appreciate the musicality of the song. I appreciate the quality of the song. She has a really particular tone of her voice that I really like. It's a really good quality song. So she absolutely deserves to qualify for the final. Again, not my winner, but a very good contemporary song, and I like it for that reason.
I want to dive in because I actually think absolutely the same as you. This song is not grabbing me like Tears Getting Sober, but I appreciate the storytelling of this and the concept behind the song. The staging will be simple but yet effective. Hopefully, they're working with Marvin Dietman. So I hope we won't get disappointed by this. And Victoria is, her voice is so magical and But I'm less confident about that, compared to last year. I think this will finish somewhere between 5th or 6th. I mean, it's not a big bracket, but 4th to 6th places. So I don't see this finishing in top 3 in the semifinal.
Her songs are not actual songs, but poems. Because every time I go on Google, I like to search for her song, and I just reading it out loud and putting myself in her shoes. I chose Victoria as my winner, which is a sort of a lament. She's, I don't know, she's really emotional. I really like that about her, and her voice is so calming and warm. I guess this is what I like the most about Bulgaria this year. Also, the fact that I can relate to all her songs. And what can I say is that she could have chose any other song and she will still be my winner. And actually, if she would have chosen the funeral song, I would probably wave the Bulgarian flag and have that favorite I'm looking for.
Add a little side note. I'm not really keen on the running order of Bulgaria. It's following all of these ballads, and especially Georgia and Portugal, like they are already boring, and this is also a slow tempo song. I mean, far better than that, but it's a slow tempo song, so it's not really like I'll be refreshed with Finland's that rock number after Bulgaria, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so last but not least, we have Switzerland in the list, and Switzerland means Sara. We are going to you.
Yeah, I think that we don't have to ask if he will qualify. I mean, he has to flop terribly, but I think that it won't happen. So I think that Switzerland is is a winner contender. So I expect him to be one of the first to qualify, and not the first, maybe the second. And also in the second semi-final, we have Spain, if I'm not wrong, Spain, France, and the UK that can vote. So he will receive a lot of votes from France, I suppose. I think that many Spanish will vote for Switzerland. Maybe not the first choice, but so we have lots of votes for Switzerland. He will surely appeal on the jury. And so also the running order is one of the best. I mean, almost in the end of the running order. So,
it's like he's setting up to win the semi-final, right? With that second to last in the running order.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that the organization team also sees this as a potential winner, and
we thank the organization team for that.
I mean, for me, this is the biggest winner potential and contender of the semi-final. Like, I don't see any other country winning this semi-final except for Switzerland. And also, they have the German-speaking allies, Austria, that can also
that's
vote for Switzerland. And so it's going through in the end.
No question.
So, now that we are finished with the first 6 countries, we also have, sadly, 4 countries that we all agreed on the fact that they're not qualifying. Only one of them is a sure non-qualifier, though. We all 4 said that it is not going through in this universe. And that country is
Georgia.
Georgia.
I thought it's Poland.
No, it's Georgia. It's Georgia.
Okay.
And
We hate some other countries this year.
I mean, Georgia, if people follow us on Instagram as well, they probably know that we aren't the biggest fans of the song. And we are not done with our live streams and, do smart review series, but Georgia is in the dead last with only 1.92 points out of 10, and that's an average score of 11 people. The song is really
in the wrong place.
It's not working at all. It's just, he can sing. He can sing.
So like the other 38?
Exactly. I was waiting for that. The song is really, I can't find the right words. I mean, guys, help me with this. This is really slow. And bland.
There's no flavor.
Flat.
His facial expression.
Nothing. There is none.
I'm really curious to see what Jean-Baptiste will do with him on stage. I mean,
Working with Sacha Jean-Baptiste.
Sasha,
With that song. Yeah.
Maybe we're all gonna get a surprise. Maybe he's gonna be like the most emotional, dramatic guy in the world on the stage, and we're all gonna be like, "Oh, we're so sorry, Georgia." And
whatever they bring on the stage, I can't see myself screaming and rooting for Georgia in the semi-final. Like, it's not a hate on the country, though. Like, Georgia
no, we love Georgia. A
lot of good stuff in the past.
And Sandra from Jesk is like such a good supporter of us. I mean, we love Georgia. We just don't love this song.
Georgia suddenly stopped,
caring about Eurovision.
Not caring though, like. They really send random songs to Eurovision, right? I mean, they are not competing to win Eurovision, but they just want to be represented.
Iconic.
I mean, what can he do on stage that well to pass with that song?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's why I
What
said
kind of wow
that I'm
element
curious to see.
should you have to pass with that song?
I mean, a miracle. I mean,
So, Georgia was the only country that all of us said, hell no, this is not going through. And there are 3 more songs that none of us had that country in their list. But we also, not all of us said that this is definitely not going through. So we left a open door for those countries. And now those countries are Austria, Poland, and Estonia.
And for me, Estonia is that obnoxious child from high school that will demand the teacher an extra examination for him and will fail twice because he didn't prepare for the second time. This is what Estonia did this year. They kind of had some potential to qualify with some of the songs they had in their national selection, but I don't know, did they choose? Oh my God, fail! What is his name?
Uku.
They chose the name, like they chose not the song.
Yeah, did they choose the name or were they voting out of, I don't know, pittiness? I don't know, but
No, Uku is like a national hero in like Estonia. He is like loved. He's like a huge superstar, and that's why they voted for
they
him.
chose the same dusty kind of, I don't know, mid-tempo ballads or whatever this is that won't get through. I mean, you talked as that we kind of left the door open, so some things may happen and Estonia will pass, but that door is completely locked for me, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Estonia
come on.
won't pass.
If he shows up on stage shirtless, I'm gonna throw some votes
Okay, I
their
will
way.
go for him. I can admit that. I will go there.
That will persuade Bogi as well, probably.
Probably.
But that's like the only way.
Same.
I also think that this is the same song like last year. There's a slight elevation, but nah. I mean, the staging in the STL was also a big mess, like chains.
I didn't understand. Did anyone actually understand what the chains were for?
so it will be the same at Eurovision, he said.
But I don't understand. Like the words and the chains don't.
I mean,
What I want to
maybe
say
it's
is
a
like-
metaphor to the fact that it's locked to this love that makes him tougher. So I mean, it's kind of, I mean, imagination.
That is like a really big step to like go. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, I use my imagination. I think
you use a lot of imagination, my dear.
Yeah. I think it's something like that, but it's horrible. I mean, maybe the idea is actually good, but the visual is horrible in my opinion. Yeah.
So that was Estonia. Now the second country is Austria, and yeah, I mean, I hated the song last year. It was my dead last, like 41st place, and this is a slight elevation to that. But I think this song is so cliche, so dated, and you know how I feel about Vincent. Like I really wished Austria, went for another singer this year. Not that I hate him, but I just don't find his discography that consistent in itself, and I cannot, connect to the message of the song if it has one. So yeah.
I mean, he can sing. He does have a nice voice.
So that's the other 38.
Yeah, but I mean, we have to give a tiny bit of credit that we're not getting sent somebody who really can't sing, because countries do that.
So hard.
To me, is really vanilla, and I mean like vanilla. There's no real flavor. It's very plain. It's very expected. Vanilla, right? It's very. I mean, there's no sprinkles on my ice cream. It's vanilla. Nothing exciting. That. And I mean, he can sing. I give him that, but I kind of feel like it's the kind of song that 10 years ago maybe would have had more impact.
Maybe. I'm not even sure.
But like, not this year. No thanks.
And also, before we move on to the next person, I would like to say that Rin and Sara said that this is definitely not going through. Let us also clear that. And that's why I would like to now give the word to Sara and your justification. qualification for that.
Yeah, I think that the song is very weak. Also, the running order doesn't help Austria, and I think that this song will be ignored by anyone. I mean, it will pass like nobody happened, and I don't expect a big staging. And yeah, I mean, the song itself, it's a big no. It's too bland, and so no.
So let's move on to the next one straight away. Poland. And Bogi, you were the only one that said that left an open door. Why do you think like that?
Yeah, why?
I guess the only reason I did that, not because he's really charmed, but he really has any kind of charm or anything. It's because of that 80s vibe that I like, and but I don't know. It's definitely not in my top 10 in semifinal too. So it may not be one of my non-qualifiers, but he's definitely not gonna qualify with that song. But I guess there are songs that I hate more, and I am surprised that you all did not agree that Portugal is more of a non-shore qualifier than Poland. He has many chances. I mean, he's not in that last place from semi-final too, but I cannot see Poland signing this year.
I can also dive in and say that these kind of up-tempo songs also require an artist that is lovable, and I think we are lacking that with Rafal. Yeah, and I think that won't be a visual feast either. Like on the stage, he said that he will have 4 dancers, but how can you elevate that song with 4 dancers and probably neon lights in the background?
Sounds expensive.
Do you notice that during this Skype session, I was the least shady of these 4?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what's going on?
Anyways, in any case, we are moving now to the countries that we didn't agree on. Like some of us say that these countries will go through, some of us say that they are not going through, and we'll discover that right now. So what have we done so far? We said that 6 countries are going through, 4 countries are not going through, which leaves us with 4 open spots in the final and 7 countries to pick these 4 countries from. So, as said, and also as we did in the first video, we'll go by country in the running order. So the first country will be Czech Republic. So, who thinks Benny Cristo and Omaga is going through?
That's Rin.
And also me.
And you?
Yay! High five.
But Rin is like the biggest fan of this song.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
I so am.
Yes.
Like this is like my winner of the semi, like my personal winner of the semi.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love this song so much. I don't know why. Help me. Help me. It is just really joyous, and I sing it all the time, and I play it. It's probably my most played song of this year. Total guilty pleasure. I am slightly concerned about what he's going to do live. I mean, I think it is a song that leads itself to a studio version and a music video, not so much to a live version. Because it's also for dancing. It doesn't have like a really strong dance beat. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a bop, but it's not like something you could really hard choreograph. It's just, it's kind of a in-between kind of speed, I think, that makes it a little, it's going to be interesting.
It's just good to listen to.
Yeah, and like do a little shoulder bop.
Yeah.
You know, like a little, yeah, but like it's not something that you're going to have like a great big, you know, like dance routine to. I'm interested to see what he's going to do, but I think the song is fun enough. Oh, fun enough. Is that even proper? Anyway, I think it's going to qualify. For me, it's a definite, and I will continue to love this song, even if it doesn't.
I want to talk first about predictions, and I know that Benny Cristo doesn't suffer for, I don't know, much affinity from the fandom. He was not like last year almost at all, and I could not see any elevation in that affinity for this year. So I guess he doesn't have so many fans. But you already said that our Eurovision bubble makes a small percentage of the final votes in the semifinals. So yeah, maybe that would count, and I don't know, I will see him qualify. But looking at the odds are not in his favor. That's why I didn't put him in my top 10 to qualify. But I don't know, the semifinal is weak enough. I don't want to be that shady, but the semifinal is weak enough to see him qualify, but it's not a short qualify. It's gonna be a struggle to qualify, and if he would qualify, it's gonna be from like the 9th of the 10th or 10th position.
Mm-hmm. And saying that, here's my 10th choice. I went back and forth with another country, but I decided Czechia will go through because I always had faith in Czechia this whole Eurovision season, and I always thought that they will go through. And yeah, the thing is, I'm not a huge fan of the song, but I think he has enough charisma to get points from viewers. The song will be staged quite differently, I would say, from the music video, but the music video was the strong part of the song. Like, the visuals really elevated the song.
Yeah, the pop culture references were on point.
Exactly. Yeah. But that will be hard to transfer to the stage. I think they will come up with other visuals rather than dancing. As you said, I don't see him with four backing dancers. There will be a concept for this, a visual concept, I would say. And yeah, about the jury and televoting appeal, I don't know. I think juries will not rank this last. I think this will have some support from the juries, maybe 10th place with the juries and 12th with the televoters, and as you said, just enough to barely sneak into top 10.
But I think that in the end he will not qualify because I don't see any block voting. I don't see many appeal on jury, and I think that the jury will ignore the song. And also on the televoting, I mean, except maybe Poland and I don't know, Ukraine, but I don't think that many people will vote for this, to be honest. And also the running order doesn't help him. I mean, he's third, and I think that he will perform too early. And also, I don't expect a big staging. I mean, he's a good singer, okay, but he's an average singer. So I think that he will not slay live vocally.
That's actually a controversial opinion because he's one of the biggest stars of Czech Republic.
I mean, yeah, but it's different to be famous in a little country and be on stage on Eurovision. I mean,
that was shade.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, the next country is Moldova, and Natalia Gordienko with Sugar. And yeah, who thinks Moldova is going through? Sara, why did you kill the vibe right now? Tell us. What was your reason?
I confess that I at first, I mean, these are my notes. I mean, I had to cancel a page and write again all over this new page. I mean,
Wait, what?
No,
Wait, look at the most compliment I have.
I mean, Moldova at first was one of my qualifiers. And I mean, because we have Kirkov behind, I mean, we have the Russian team behind it. But I'm not sure about her on stage. And that's why I put it in the middle. I mean, Moldova it's among my countries that are in the middle, so may qualify or not at the same time. So yeah, before Serbia, I think that Serbia will steal the spot.
So this was actually my dad's certain qualifier, like when this came out, and for a long time. But the pre-party performance, I know that the production wasn't the best, like the
sound was
the echoes, etc., etc. Yeah, but the vocals were shaky a little bit. Like, she couldn't hit those notes. It made me less confident, but not to a point where I would cancel Moldova from qualification. Like, I think the total package This is not a vocal song. Like this is
It's a party song. It's a fun song.
Yeah, this is aimed to entertain people, and the Dream Team and Kirkorov is behind the song. And although, as much as we hate him, I think they know what to do. Like, they elevated Moldova 2018, that Dorero song, and it finished in top 10. Like, came from nowhere and finished top 10 in the end. The visuals will help, and the thing is, if Moldova sets the bar high, because they are performing before Serbia, and Serbia is also in the similar genre. I mean, it has the Balkan feel, but it's a banger. Like, it's a banger. I think if Moldova perform this very well, I think they will set the bar so high that Serbia may struggle to top them. So they clearly have an advantage there.
I think Moldova is a more sophisticated song than Serbia's.
If we can say that.
It is, though. I mean, okay, not like in terms of elegance. I mean, like in terms of like the musicality, like the way the song progresses, it's more sophisticated than Serbia, which is a banger. And, you know, like you don't really go on a journey with the song. It's kind of like high, low, whereas with Sugar, it's a lot.
Actually, I saw Natalia Gordienko a few days ago on a Romanian TV channel, and she is such a sweetheart. And I'm sorry that with the song she has this year, she cannot showcase her emotional side, because this is her, I don't know, safe,
her comfort
zone as an artist. Her songs are always so emotional. For example, we had Prison last year, which was an emotional ballad. And this one is just showcasing her voice. I really do know that she does have a good voice. And I just hope she had a bad night when she was doing that pre-party. So yeah, I think that this won't actually depend more on the staging, but on her ability to sing properly the last part of the song, that one with the climax. She has like, I don't know, almost 30 seconds of high notes at the end. And if she does that, I'm so sorry, but I cannot see Serbia qualifying. But if she does not do that, I can see Serbia easily qualifying instead of Moldova.
She will not dare disappoint the Dream Team. I think that she will be like singing like her life depends on it and performing like her life depends on it. So I think that she is going to definitely get there. The problem
is that talking with her, because Roxana has like a really nice conversation with Natalia, she's such a maternal figure. She's so warm and welcoming, and she makes you feel, I don't know, chill and peaceful. And then she comes up, I mean, not she, but the Dream Team comes up with this sexy vibe for her, and she's not comfortable in this position. But I know she's repeating a lot, and I guess she will put all the effort to be the proper artist for this song in particular, although it's not in her comfort zone at all. But this should be appreciated by the fans, because this is not her comfort zone at all.
So after Moldova, we also have mentioned this country. We are moving on to Serbia. Time to get Loco Loco. Who is getting Loco Loco with Serbia?
Serbia, for me, is in my 11th spot. And it's in my 11th spot because I already have Moldova and Latvia going through, so which is a spoiler, but anyway. Because I think that there's no space for three songs that in essence have some similarities in terms of, you know, feel. I mean, I'll talk more about Latvia when we get to it, but I just don't see space for all three. Two maybe, but not three. In saying that though, Serbia and Latvia could swap places. Like it's really on the line for me, and it will come down to performance, and it will come down to staging, and also like, you know, who nails the vocals. I mean, we've said it before, and everyone sort of, you know, on that live kind of jumped in and said, no, all three of them can sing really well, blah, blah, blah.
Because they do.
Yeah, they all can sing, but Sanya really is the standout among the vocalists in Hurricane. And I don't know if she gets enough of an opportunity to make her voice and her sound shine, because she does have to share the spotlight.
Also, although we have a really good voice from Sanya, we have these lyrics that deserve an Oscar. Ram bam bam, sam 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 sam, loco loco loco. I mean, it's just like you put a really good singer to sing a child song.
Yeah, chicken song.
In terms of lyrics, these are completely dumb. I'm sorry.
But she has co-written the song, so that was her choice.
That was a choice, Mama.
It was a choice.
This is the only girl group in the semifinal and also in the contest. So this feel of girl group will be refreshing for the viewers, I would say. As I said in Poland, these kind of songs require lovable people, lovable artists, and they are gorgeous women. I mean, they have that appeal, sex appeal,
and they're funny. They're funny.
And they are not cold women that only sells, their sexual side, but they have this, how can I say, Sunny is really approachable. She's really into the interaction with fans and, press. They have a big choreo, I hope. They said that they will change the choreo from their live on tape performance. They are coming with something more epic. So, yeah, I don't expect them to flop that much. And the only point that can drag them down could be the juries. I see this in the top 10 in the televoting, but the juries can be a huge problem. But having said that, I think Serbia has also a reserved spot in the top 10.
I think the same. I think that Serbia deserves to be in the final. I think that they will receive many votes from the televoting, from the mainstream viewers. I mean, they will end the first half of the semifinal. I think that with a big staging, with an iconic staging, choreography, they will do well. So, I mean, it's a catchy song. If someone else doesn't like, I don't know, Moldova, for example, or Greece, I mean, they will vote for this, for sure.
After Serbia, we have Portugal, and I forgot to say that, but none of us also thinks that Portugal is going through. I had to tell that while I was mentioning the others, and Bogi said that this is definitely not going through. And Bogi, why is that?
I mean, this will be my shady moment of the night, because this is my time, my moment. I need someone from Portugal to go and resuscitate this song. I know it's jazz and it's supposed to be spontaneous and kind of slow tempo, but boy, this is Smurfette level 1999. Portuguese is one of my favorite languages on earth, and then they chose a lame song in English and they chose this one instead of Saudade. I cannot see that, and for that reason, Portugal is cancelled for me this year. Please stop sending songs in English and go back to the Portuguese that I love so much.
That's the first time. Give them a chance. Maybe they qualify with the English.
I mean, they have zero chances for me, and also on my ranking. Wait, I have the rankings right here, and I chose so many criterion. Criterion, is that a plural?
Yeah.
To score the songs, lyrics, the staging, the potential staging, charisma, and then Portugal got 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. A line of zeros. This is the only song I rated with 0 in all the categories. And I am such a big fan of jazz, and I want to see more jazz in Eurovision, but this is not the jazz that I want for. I mean, for me, Portugal.
Don't you think that Portugal will receive some point from the jury?
I guess, yeah. I guess the song is way more jury friendly than it is televote friendly. Definitely, and I guess they will get some votes from the juries, but I cannot see that many points from the televote.
I mean, in the end, it will not be enough. I can see as one of the favorites from the I mean, from the jury. I think that the jury will vote for them, but in the end, it will not be enough. Also, some televoting points. I mean, people that like this style, this low tempo song. I mean,
Jazzy, yeah.
yes, yeah.
Also, I want to hear from all of you. Why didn't you put this song and Portugal in the short non-qualifier list? I mean, it's not the shady. It's not the shady question. I just want to hear your reasoning.
I can go ahead and say that till this point, Portugal was one of my qualifiers actually. Although I don't like the song, like not at all. But I thought this would go through just because it has a vibe and it's actually a standout in this semi. You know, I mean, although the song is a really slow tempo song, it has this movie soundtrack quality to it, and the juries may go for it because you know you can never predict the juries that well, and there's always this song that they rank really high, and you know he sings with a high voice and nails the notes, so the delivery is not bad. The song is boring though. Like I had to put two countries above Portugal because they deserve it much more than Portugal. So yeah, this is my borderline non-qualifier.
When I compared it to Georgia, Poland, Austria, and Estonia, I found things in the Portuguese song that I liked more than those songs. So, I mean, as Kaan said, his vocal range is nice, it's pleasant. I mean, he can sing a trillion times better than Rafael. I couldn't put him lower than Rafael. That's just not going to happen. I mean, the words are nice. The musicality of the song is nice. It's just boring, and it's not going to qualify because it's boring.
If the chorus was a little bit different than the repetition of "Love Is on My Side," I think that would have more chances. Because it's literally the same thing repeating itself for like
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, so that was what we thought about Portugal. Let's now move on to Finland, which is interestingly not a lock. But yeah, who thinks that Finland is not going through this time?
Is not going through.
Yeah.
No.
So tell us.
I'm curious why.
You must have a good reason for that.
I guess she has a point, but I want to see if we have the same point in common.
This song is growing off me more and more every day. I have at this moment almost zero love for this song. It grates on my nerves, and I don't understand when everyone's like, "Oh, it's so new and fresh and different." Bullshit. It is just like Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park. You know, we talk about all this 80s vibe. This is like a 90s vibe. And it's not done it's not good enough to carry this kind of shouty rock tradition. I mean, when I think about Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park, these kinds of bands, they did it just so much better. And these guys sound like a high school band a good high school band who was selected to compete in their like regional high school band championships. We have that in New Zealand, by the way. And I just don't see what the hype is. I just don't see that it's anything special. It's different. Yes, it's different from everything else that we have, but that doesn't make it good. To be fair to Finland, it is 3 trillion times better than Axel. So, Finland, I thank you for not choosing Axel again. And at least the song is not boring, and I don't want to die with it.
The song also grew off me as well, because in the first when the song came out, it was actually my winner for like a solid few weeks. So yeah. But one thing that I want to throw shade at, and Rin didn't, is that the song.
I missed something.
Yes, you missed something. It seems like the song was written by mindless teenagers, because the lyrics are cringe and I don't know, not good enough. For example,
that's what I mean. High school band.
Yes, we have lyrics like the 27 Club headshot. We don't want to grow up.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is cringe
creepy.
level 1999.
Oh, the read is like,
creepy.
okay, they are definitely not going through.
I
right
mean,
now.
they just got like, they just
They
reached
put
Axel
themselves on
level
the throne.
cancellation.
They put themselves on the throne that I don't think they may deserve them. They may deserve it in the future, but not now, and not with this song. But I guess they will have a lot of fans from the rock community, if I can say that. Definitely, they will vote for it, and it would definitely pass. But the lyrics, oh boy, they are a choice. People that do not like rock are motivating for the fact that rock is too noisy, but this is pop enough to pass.
As much as I accept that this is not a revolutionary song for the rock
It
music,
doesn't have to be.
yeah, it's a breath of fresh air for the semifinal. And you know, rock music, we only have two rock songs this year, with Italy being in the grand final already. And I want to say that, as Bogi said, this is accessible rock music. I'm not a huge fan of rock music. I find, for example, Italy, I find it so hard to access to.
And I don't like Italy, so I can say that right now.
And Finland, I find this really tastefully rock music. And yeah, I don't
Bad
necessarily
taste.
enjoy the UMK performance. Like, yeah, they just sang the song. I think the fact that
Shouted the
have
song.
the fact that they have two singers at the same time in the middle looks a little bit messy. Like, they probably didn't know what to do at that time, like the preparations time they had for the for the national final. I hope they figure that out, but overall, I can see Finland finishing in top 3 in the semifinal.
No. No, me too. Also for me,
Guys,
yeah.
we
Also for
love-
me, Finland is on the border. I mean, I put it in my qualifier, but I mean, it's there on the border for me. It's not a sure 100% qualifier. I mean, they will qualify also because they will perform after snoring ballads. I mean, after
Yeah.
Georgia, Portugal, also Bulgaria. I mean, they will wake up many people that fall asleep. And I mean, at first I really liked the song, but then weeks after weeks it grew off terribly.
I don't see Universe versus Qualified as borderline qualifier. I think this is hands down a sure qualifier, and
Yeah,
if not
it
top
is.
3, this is top 5. This is top 5 for sure. Like, televoting, I'm 100% sure that they'll be in top 3, like possibly winning the televoting, maybe. The juries will definitely kill their chances of winning the semifinal. Like, I don't see that happening. But yeah, come on. I think performing after Georgia, Portugal, Bulgaria, this qualification shouldn't be a question. So let's move on to
The second to last, Latvia.
Yeah.
Latvia. Who thinks Latvia is going through?
Oh, me. I think Latvia's going through because one, Samantha Tina has an amazing voice, and unlike like Loco Loco and for Serbia, unlike Serbia, she has an opportunity to actually show off her voice. So you've got kind of this gritty, kind of dirty, kind of, you know, woman empowerment message, but it's also delivered in a way that is good to dance to, but also she can, you know, hit some big notes, hold some long notes. You know, she can really sort of show us what she can do. I think, although I preferred last year's song, this year is a better song for her voice. It's more musical, I guess. And I like the K-pop vibe. I always find myself kind of grooving around to it. The production and the staging on her performance will probably be, I mean, I don't remember Latvia as having amazing staging ever, but last year, Aminata
You
had
can say
some
that
cool
Aminata,
staging.
yeah.
But last year when I saw the music video for Samantha Tina, and also this year, they've invested in those videos, and that's really the first time they've really done full-on expensive production on their videos. And to me, that kind of signals that they're willing to put some money into this. And so I think that they are actually going to have some cool staging this year. I think that she's going to have some cool dancers, and they're going to create something amazing on the stage. Also, she's such a presence. I mean, like she's a small woman, like from like size, but she just fills the stage with her energy. And I think that that's really going to help her, because I think she probably does that better than, many of the people that are in there.
I mean, the song maybe is not that great, but it's one of the most original that we have this year. So many people may like it, also the young people. And especially, I mean, as we said, for Albania, we have a strong woman that will steal the scene. I mean, with her stage presence, will slay with her vocals. So also in this case, as I said, for Albania, it's all about her and her stage presence. So that's why I think that Latvia, in the end, will pass.
I also would like to ask you something, like both of you. Do you think that Latvia will qualify as a borderline qualifier, or like more in safe zone?
She's my borderline qualifier.
Yeah, pretty border, yeah.
She's literally my 10th.
I mean, my history with Samantha Tina it lasts for like almost 10 years. She didn't create a persona, so her in real life is the same as her on stage. But she's a character, if you know what I mean. She's strong, she's powerful, and I was listening to her in one of her live streams, and she was talking so passionately about Eurovision. Like, she was adorable. She breathes for Eurovision, and I want to see more artists like that throwing shade at Belgium. But I don't know.
Belgium is going through.
So Latvia has the staging. They will have the staging. She has the voice. She has the charisma, the nerve and talent. But that song, like, she has everything but a qualifying song. But I do not see this as a sure non-qualifier. And as I have already said, she is ranking as my 11th in my preference rank. But that is just because of thanks to Samantha Tina, not thanks to her song.
I think that this is a sure non-qualifier. Like, I don't see this going through with Samantha Tina. Like, also, she's a total queen. She has this diva quality to her. But the song, the drop is extremely long, and it doesn't feel like a song to me. It feels more like a
noise,
an anthem for a campaign or a fundraiser for women's rights. Like I don't see this as a Eurovision song. Like, okay, like last year I was in love with that song. Like, I also loved Samantha Tina as a person last year, and that was a sure qualifier for me. But this time it's totally the opposite, because I watched some of her pre-party performances, and she was like during that parada, and this isn't enough. Like, the juries are waiting to cancel you if you do that. So therefore it isn't enough. But this makes me so sad and heartbroken, because Samantha Tina deserves to go to the final more than everyone. The final stop of our journey, which is Denmark. Who thinks Denmark is going through?
Hey! I thought it was just going to be me.
High five.
This just makes me think how tasteless our team is. Like, 3 people.
You are.
I mean, democracy, baby.
Okay,
democracy.
so I didn't say that because you put this through. I said that because you love the song, actually.
I love this song.
I love it.
This was my borderline non-qualifier. Like, this is my 11th place, and
on your preference list, Kaan?
No. The prediction.
So I might be a tiny bit biased given my status as the Scandi Queen, but I also have like a really sort of soft spot in my heart for Scandinavian dance band, or even Schlager in Germany. I love this kind of cheesy music. I think there is a place for it in Eurovision. There's a place for it in life. there's totally a place for it in life. And I just really appreciate that these guys are delivering a very typical dance band song. It has, I mean, people always say, yeah, it's got 80s feel. I mean, dance band music never left the 80s. So yes, it does have an 80s feel. The guys are really funny. I like their enthusiasm when they sing. And I just think it's a joyous song that I can listen to over and over again, not get tired of it. It just makes me happy, and therefore it deserves to go through. And I think that it will go through because other people also find it infectiously happy.
Yeah.
I was going to say that, like, I don't know what happened since this song won the national final, but there's seriously a vibe around this, hype around this song recently. And
Which I can't understand totally.
yeah, the reason why I put this in 11th spot is that I think this is so random. The guys are not, how can I say, the guys are not trying so hard to put on a big show. They're just having fun on the stage, and this is in the last place, like in the running order. So closing up the show, and this is a good preparation for the voting sequence. And the front guy is like is really having fun on the stage and having the best time of his life. And yeah, all of these may end up in a huge support in the televoting, but if I need to be fair, this isn't one of the songs that deserves to go to music. Like if you consider musicality. So considering that Denmark is at the moment also 11th in the betting odds, and they they started somewhere like 15, 16. This needs to be taken into consideration, and we need to wait for the rehearsals. But yeah, I don't like songs though. I don't like the song. I'll decide if this goes through. Yeah.
I think that the song is the most authentic 80s,
80s.
song. This is authentic. We have to give it that, and I think that the fact that they will close the show, they will end the show, will help a lot because the song is positive. I mean, it leaves you such a good and positive vibes. And so I think that many people after the show, I mean, after watching them, will vote for them. We are talking about enough
There's no
tempo.
big notes
Not
or anything
vocal
like
song.
that.
Yeah, no big notes,
yeah.
but he can
But
do it well.
Yeah, but he sings well.
Yeah, is convincing, let's say.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I think that Denmark will pass through. I'd be happy to see this in the final because they brought happiness and positivity, and so yeah, they have some chances. And opposite to Finland, they grew on many people.
For me, even though you don't have the best song, the live performances that I respected the most are in two categories, and Denmark is falling in one of them. Once we have these sort of singers that didn't have the best song, but they performed during Eurovision that like their life depended on it. And second, the Denmark's category is the singers that were caught in the moment. They were having fun on stage without thinking about their qualification rate. And Denmark is definitely there. Denmark will have fun on stage without caring if they are going to get through the final or not. And then I appreciate that more than, I don't know, whoever is in that list. And I like, for example, San Marino, which I am 100% sure they will get through. But Zenit is so concentrated on winning. But Denmark is not. Denmark will just perform there. It's joyful. It's funny. It's what we need in 2020 with all this stupid Corona thing. I mean, I need 3 minutes to dance on a stupid song, and this is the song for that.
Yeah.
This isn't something more than a foot tapper. Like, how will you dance to this song?
Oh my god, I will be dancing, singing.
Oh my god, it's so.
I will be singing into my
with
glass.
all my body.
I don't speak Danish. It doesn't matter. I'll be making up words.
I will jump on my bed.
Anyway, so by the way, before we finish this, I have a little positive side note for this. I think the fact that we'll have an audience in the arena will help us because they'll probably
Yeah.
do
2,000 people.
like take some
Yeah.
shots from the audience during the
Yeah, and it's going
chorus,
to be an audience from the bubble basically, because it's people who already had tickets, people who got tickets.
Yeah.
The crazy, we're from the bubble. We're the crazy ones that sat at computers and
Recap.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we are done with all of the countries in this semi-final 2 and talk about who can possibly qualify or who can flop, it's time to make a recap of this night of the semi-final and of what we have talked so far. So we are going to do it like this. First, we started with the 6 countries that we agreed on. And these 6 countries are locks. We have them in our list. And these 6 countries are San Marino, Greece, Iceland, Albania, Bulgaria, and Switzerland. And then we moved on to the 4+1, because we added the 1 later on, because I forgot to mention that at first. Those 5 countries are not going through for us. None of us had them in their list. And these countries are Estonia, Austria, Poland, Georgia, and Portugal. So that left us with 4 spots in the final for each of us. And I can kick this off because I'm right now talking. My 4 additional qualifiers were Czech Republic, Moldova, Serbia, and Finland.
Mine are Finland, Denmark, Latvia, and Serbia.
Okay, and mine were Czech Republic, Moldova, Denmark, and Latvia.
And my 4 qualifiers would be Moldova, Serbia, Finland, and Denmark.
Yeah, we threw a lot of shades. We didn't agree a lot, but yeah, this is what we think in the end. So, as we also said in the first semi-final video, we'll be covering Eurovision 2021 this year for the first time.
Live from the press center. We're all very, very excited about that. So starting Saturday, that's where we're going to be. So to follow us and to follow our adventures through Eurovision 2021, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and also our Instagram channel at TheDouzePointe. And make sure when you do that to hit the bell button so that you get notifications whenever we post something. And
leave a like.
Oops.
Leave a like.
Leave a like.
Yeah.
And
what else? Also, feel free to share the video if you like to.
Yes.
If you like your friends to hear our opinions as well. I mean, we are stating facts in this channel, so you really want to do that. Anyways, so you know
outro.
what time this is. It's cringe outro time. It's time for the cringe outro. 12 points go to you.
So
see you later,
guys.
See you in the next videos, guys. Bye.
Bye.